I like that, Sneaky. Give me some passion, Sneaky Sneak. Give me some passion. More passion, more passion, more passion, more passion, more work, more passion, more passion, more passion. Yep, I've lost it. I've officially lost it. More energy, more energy, more energy.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
I'm more of your unknown warrior. Yeah, you know my name? William Knifeman.
Yes, I'm back, boys, and we're playing some PvP in Call of Dragons. I'm going to break down some PvP between us in Pay to Win and obviously the KoNG members fight against GG and RAC. It was honestly a massive Zone 2 opening, and it's been so fun to cover and fight. So here is going to be a bunch of different gameplays, and I'm going to review live some actions and my thoughts on using some matches, which really did surprise me when it comes to earning some merits. So if you enjoyed the video, smash like up and subscribe, support your boy, and then let's dive into today's video. So things did kick off with an absolute bang, and I must admit it was a bang, because cavalry groups, army groups are running rampant this season. If you have not got any infantry or even just an okay cavalry march, you're missing out on, honestly, some of the core gameplay that is in the Call of Dragons season currently, right? Because people are taking advantage of the brand new cavalry buffs with, obviously, even Bakshi and Emrys as just a starter kit, right? So if you've got those, rock them up. You're going to see through here GG using, honestly, so many cavalry groups and obviously infantry groups to push through. And what we're going to have is this very first instance of fighting, but I need to give you guys a warning, because everyone will be complaining right now. Sneaky, why are you not zoomed in, bro? Like, why are you not zoomed in? I want to see the action like this, bros. And I know what you're feeling. However, you need to be zoomed out. When there's this many players, guys, on screen, I'm telling you, even on PC, your game cannot handle it. It just cannot handle it on full settings. So the only way you're going to be able to do that is on simplified mode, which you will see throughout this gameplay. I'm going to be toggling off and on, right? Because look how many members of GG and RAC have shown up. And this is where they pull the trigger. This is the initial Zergling rush. If you played StarCraft 2, the Zerg rush coming in, our infantry trying to just kind of hold the line. And this is where I zoom out a little bit, because I need to obviously be focusing on the front line. Now this is like the biggest thing what everyone is doing at the moment. Kill the front line first. Once you kill that front line, you're going to be able to target your back line and obviously get the merits. It's just how it plays out, front line to back line. It's just core gameplay when it comes to PvP basics, right? So here we go. Our infantry kind of bursted through. We've still got some ready on the back end, but here we go. Look how much more infantry are coming through, and it's just non-stop. But this is where I need to honestly put emphasis on playing dot mode, right? And you can see me doing a lot of dragging, and the reason why I'm doing a lot of dragging is to honestly get the most accurate input, because at this time you'll notice even if you're clicking or tapping, whatever you're doing, you're gonna have some lag. And the thing is, when you actually draw the whole line and drag it around, you do get 100% accuracy. It just is what it is. Like, you don't have to worry about it. So here you can see me going into clicking now, obviously, because I can nicely be in a safe position as I'm, going around. But this is where the error comes up. This is where the first gameplay error comes up. And don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I do obviously carry on recording after. But as you can imagine, I'm going to zoom in. And all of you guys were telling, even on Guns' stream, big shout out to Guns, because we were honestly chatting on the live stream together while we were fighting together in this absolute chaos, right? Clearly outmanned, clearly outgunned. It's crazy, but we loved every second of it, honestly. It was so fun. But there we go, look. And that is just a replay of the clip. So honestly, don't zoom in, guys. Don't zoom in, because if you zoom in, you're gonna get killed. So what does occur though, if we actually move to the next clip, this is what happens afterwards. So obviously I log back in. My 3 matches absolutely got obliterated, right? They got blended in the Zerglings. You can't blame them, right? My mistake. Shouldn't have zoomed in. But this is where they're going to push us back, right? The initial first push back. They are clearly outnumbering us here. And we are just trying to figure out what to do in the aspect of, do we just kite back so we're on territory, so we have better buffs, and then we have a quicker refresh, and then we can fight? Or do we just kind of fight more ahead on, right? Because a lot of people would prefer to kind of stop kiting back, and I completely understand that. But the thing is, you need to be kiting back. In these type of games, when you're in these wars and you are so outmanned, it is a battle of attrition, guys. So you need to honestly be disciplined enough to kite back, and if you can, like these guys are doing here, big shout out to Super there. We've got guns running away as fast as they can as these cavalry are coming in to target him right there. But look, another freeze. We got another crash, and that was just because, again, we were zoomed in without, as you can see, my head's kind of blocking it here. The simplified mode's turned off. So the big little thing there. So what you can see though is you need to be disciplined enough. If we kind of just pull it back a little bit, you'll notice Super and a few of them doing a really good job here, just, you know, attacking back, moving, attack, move, attack, like just getting those extra couple of turns in. And if you're fast enough and you don't get caught, it's great, right? It's absolutely great. So these were honestly the first kind of major fights. So then, as you can imagine, they pushed us all the way back. So they're at our pass now, and we got a refresh off. So we've got the refresh. We're going to go into engage, right? So this is still the same army as before, waiting to hopefully, you know, defend the line as we guessed it. And we're going in. And if you've seen, we are rocking Fundelin on this run, right? We're trying out Fundelin. And the thing is, I do believe I brought Fundelin and Tara. And I know you guys are probably wondering, why have I done that? The thing is, Fundelin at the minute is a bit bugged, right? She is a bit bugged. Her damage isn't 100% there. It's just not working as, you know, intended. Similar happened to Toha, if you remember. Toha just wasn't good on the initial launch, and then they obviously buffed him and kind of fixed a lot of the bugs that they were going between Bertrand and Toha, right? And that match became a really good match. So the thing is, I'm using her for the damage taken, obviously buff, so we can do some more damage. But the Tara is there to obviously support my other marches. So I am trying to just use it at the moment as a supportive march. And as we go through other gameplays, I will tell you, I have used Fundelin in different scenarios. I'm going to probably make a video maybe on it. I've sent a load of different reports to obviously Guns about it. But it is what it is. We're just trying to use what we can at the moment. As you notice as well, we are using a Husk in the lineup. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the first time I've been able to actually use an Awakened Husk, all because of the new Call of Dragons season mechanic. This is Fellowship. If you're not in the new season, you won't have this mechanic until you enter it for the first time, and it basically just allows you to join a group of players, and in that group of players you can share and lend heroes as you will, right? The only thing is you can only share, oh well, you only can borrow one hero at a time, so just remember that if you're gonna do it. But yeah, this has honestly been a really good season. I've been enjoying it so far for a sole purpose. It's been quite, it's weird, it's refreshing while being similar. Does that make sense? Like, everything is the same from every other season, but I think because of the fellowship increase and the way they're allowing even you to buy each other's merits, it's made it really, really more interesting. And I really love that little bit of movement I did there. So if you guys didn't catch that, I'm going to kind of replay it, is when I push forward here. So I do play pretty aggressive with my archers at times, especially when I have my artifacts ready to go. So one thing you can be doing is charging up these artifacts, and as you've got them all the way charged, if you are disciplined and smart enough, you can actually pull your archers off the target. It won't be attacking, so it won't trigger the artifact. And as you saw, what I did was I used my Shadow Blades and I used the gilded crossbow at the same time when I pushed into the back line, so I could try and get the maximum damage on actual DPS and not waste that artifact damage on an infantry unit, right? Unless you're using something like Viola's bow, where you want to stop maybe the infantry's, you know, curious charge, or even the torque bow taunt. That's understandable. I'm not going to hate you on that. But for me, that's the way I use my artifacts in this gameplay. And you can see now we are working together as a solid ball. And eventually we are collapsing on this GGRAC first massive war push that they've done. And honestly, a big W to both alliances here. Our alliance and obviously the enemy alliances here, because it's just so good to see everyone who did turn up for the fighting and non-stopped, right? And you can see in even my merit reports, I'm getting some good merits, man, which I'm quite happy about with my Mag Z. And I'm going to actually showcase a really powerful march that I've been using a lot right now. And it is doing absolute bits. I'm going to be honest, it's doing absolute bits. Especially if you're an archer guy, you might like to try this out and you'd be very surprised on it. And I'm not going to spoil it yet, but we'll see it in the later parts of the gameplay. But as you can see, that is the first round of the war, what happened. So you can see GGRAC confidently destroying us, pushing us all the way back to our pass. But as you guys know, we had the refresh and then we came back swinging and sent them packing. So that is exactly what people would expect, to be honest, in this type of scenario. So it's nothing new. I'm not going to be, you know, one of those guys that's going to say we absolutely destroyed it or not, but we did absolutely good work here. And big shout out to P2W and obviously KoNG that came and fought, because this was so fun to do, even in the voice comms, right? So what we're going to do is move forward. We're going to move a little bit forward in time. Can you see this is at 3:30 UTC in the top corner? You can zoom in on there. MrSneakyy, do some good editing, you boy. And once you figure that out, you'll notice these are always in time order. So hopefully you can keep track on the timeline, kind of like a highlight reel. But let's move into the next clip. So, as you can see, this is about an hour later, and basically this is how the war does develop. If you want to watch Guns' live stream, I will probably find his link and put it in the description down below. Shout out to my boy, right? And basically, you can watch this all play out in real time too. And the thing is, this is how the fighting does start for a while. I'm going to be honest, for the next few hours, we are fighting on this ramp. It does develop and evolve, which we will explain in the gameplay as we're kind of going through it. But I just wanted to put this out there, right? That's why we're only doing probably one of these clips, because there were so many of these videos that I'm going to probably make a ton of YouTube shorts, maybe, right? But what we've got here is really good gameplay from KoNG. And this is what I wanted to put in mainly. I wanted to shout out my old crew, the KoNG boys, the monkey crew, right? Because they're doing anchoring. And if you don't know what anchoring is, this is a very good high level, technically tech that big alliances do, or any alliance can do, to time your rallies. And what they've done is got the rally, as you can see, it's on the ramp doing some absolute bits right now, just hopefully doing AoE damage to anyone who's targeting it by accident, right? And what they can do is set the rally going and make sure one person at the very end or right at the beginning joins with one troop, which is like all the way in zone 1, like a farm account. And what that does is you keep the whole march ready. You've got one troop less, but you've got everyone ready. And at any time you want, you can then kick that one troop guy out, send your rally going. And that's the whole point of the anchor, right? And that's what he's doing. The anchor, the one troop, he's holding that rally ready to go. And I have to big shout out to KoNG guys, and I think P2W will agree. These rallies were always perfectly timed, man. We have been like, they have to be anchoring these guys, because every time they went to push out, a rally appeared. Perfectly appeared. It just came. So they must have seen it come in and obviously had the anchor ready, which is a big shout out to them. And this is a big push out now from GG. This is where it gets crazy, where the numbers of the Zerglings come out and try to swarm us down. Honestly, it does feel like I'm playing StarCraft, guys, where the Terran Republic we've got all the stems and we're going against the Zergs. This is how it feels. Like, look at the cavalry swarm. It's just swooping in and picking people off. Jesus Christ, this was so good to play, honestly. And I do apologize I didn't live stream it. Obviously, Guns was live streaming, and to me, if Guns is live streaming and I can just be there, and if he wants me to be in the VC, I'll happily join the VC, but I'm not going to take away from that because I think it's just mixed the community together, and I'd rather have one community together, especially when it comes to Call of Dragons, to just make things so much more fun and entertaining, right? So what we're running here, if you've not noticed, March-wise, is going to be Kanara and the good old Nico. We've got Sindra on Freygar, and then I'm running for the first time the Wilderberg, if you didn't know, mages, right, with Mag and the Zedar. So we've got, oh no, Mag and Hosk, should I say, right? Mag, Hosk. And I'm running, I think, Sindra on Zedar. I think that is the lineup. And this is where things get interesting, especially if you're an Archer main, because I'm going to start talking a little bit more about this, and even after these Warp gameplays, I'm going to showcase some of my reports that I were sending to Guns, as well as whatever I've got left over at the moment. Sin Zedar is doing so good. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you've got Sindra on Freygar, throw the Freygar away. Don't invest into it and just use the Zedar. The Zedar is honestly so much more consistent on giving you crit, allowing the Syndrons actually awakening to do damage. And honestly, when you see that match pump out, you're going to be shocked at how many merits this is going for, right? So here we're going to do some, you know, healing, get some healing going, right, as we move forward. So I'm going to kind of like skip out of there as we're going through, just using our free healing. I'm not purposely trying to resource heal in the opening. I'm trying to keep it as, you know, friendly as I can. And then whenever we have to resource heal, we'll resource heal, right? But here, look at this, GG pushing all the way through, right, into P2W territory, and this is where, obviously, we can start to kind of slowly turn around, because we're on territory now, we're going to start gaining those buffs. Obviously, it's going to be more advantage in our favor, but these are what the fights were like. And what I'm going to showcase now is how they developed, because you can see them doing it right now. So every time these guys were pushing out, at first they just pushed out off the ramp, kind of did some damage, and then they kind of went back on the ramp, right? Then they started doing this, which was really good on my, I'm going to call it out, it was really good call on them. They would push us so deep, as you can see, but then rotate all the way around to try and kill our builders on the flags to try and delay our push, right? Because the way our flag building is being done, it was a lot more defensive. We weren't trying to build flags towards the plateau like they were. We were actually defending the objectives, which we're going to showcase later on into this video to showcase where we kind of currently are in the timeline, right? But when it comes to this gameplay here, you can see them moving up and moving around. And we're going to obviously go into that, because that's when things do get really, really interesting, because they do some good pushes, honestly, on that end. So if we kind of like come back, this is another kind of push like that. And I can kind of like, you know, fast forward it here for you guys so you can kind of see, look, it is the same fight as we just kind of watched. The exact same premise, right? Everyone's fighting on those ramps. The initial Zerg came out, and now we retreat to those same positions. So now we're going to... Now we're in that same little land, and it's obviously time to turn around, hopefully deal a bit of damage. Now we want to go back a little bit more, because you can see more people are still going back, but we are taking our time here. You can see how I'm kiting with my troops, trying to kill whatever stragglers are left. This is what you should be doing, and I'm kind of want to play it out here, because this is, again, the same tactic we've just seen, but more of it, properly showcasing what they were trying to achieve, because I did cut off that other, obviously, gameplay of it. For some reason, stopped the recording. I don't know why. I think I was meant to hit record again just to make it separate, but it is what it is. But yeah, you can see here, all we're trying to do is, all I'm trying to do is clear out all the stragglers, because these guys are basically free merits, because they are not listening to the main murder ball. And what we're going to do here, and I can imagine all these guys that are with me, once we've cleared up, we're trying to collapse onto them. We're going to try and basically, you know, cocoon them together, force them in like a sandwich, and hopefully melt them down. So what's going to happen is you can see us doing some really good work here, you know, killing some units, getting some freebies, I must admit, some nice freebies here. Just killing people away. It's nice. Look, look at that. Sin Zeta, 19.8k already, I think, and we're 50% HP. It's crazy. And I've only got a level 1 glittering bow too, which is kind of like, wow. But here we go. We've got the sandwich now. Sandwich coming in. You can see what the KoNG guys are trying to achieve and help us, which is nice. But you can see what GG and RC are doing now, right? They're all swarming up. They are swarming up. Look at this. And we're trying to still pick off everyone who's in these, you know, stragglers at the back who haven't got the march speed to keep up with the main guys. And here we go. Here we go. They're at the flag. And this is when everything goes, again, super crazy. And it's just kind of showcasing how I want to, you know, I'm trying to showcase how these fights work, right? Every fight, for you can see now we're at almost 5:45. So this is technically another hour and 10 minutes after the last couple of clips that we've been watching. You can see how these fights were the same, you know, substance. You would go down the ramp, you would come to these areas where we're at now, you'd fight and defend the builders, which you're seeing right now. Rinse and repeat. It was kind of how it were, right? It was really fun though, I'm not going to be honest. Just because of the sheer amount of troops that were on screen. It was absolutely crazy, as you can see here in like the recorded VOD that I was doing. And you can see they are absolutely delaying the flag. They achieved their goal. But you can see there, bro, my sins there. 30k merits already. 30k merits already. It is doing absolute work, guys. And the thing is, I did try out different artifacts and it was still getting the same amount of merits, right? I don't know what is the best. I'm going to try Kamasi because obviously I think Kamasi got me 35k merits compared to the level 1 glittering bow here. And wow, it's just wow. Honestly, I didn't think Syndron would have a place this season, and a lot of people are writing Syndron off, but here Zeta is making him good. And some people might be like, why would you want to do that? Well, a lot of people are saying Magra and Hosk is a better mage march, especially with Celestials, right? So if Mag and Hosk is a better Celestial mage march, you can be running that, and then you can run Syndron and then this march, right? Zeta. And yeah, we've got Freyga kind of sat there. Some people could run, you know, some people might run Freyga with their Kanara, but some people might run Kanara and their, you know, Nico together. But you'll see there's some craziness with the Syndron match. And the thing is, what I was running here, just to take the mic, and people were laughing when they saw it, I ran Nico with Madeline. Because the thing is, if you remember, Madeline does give free physical legion buffs. And look at these reports, guys. Like, what the hell is that? 35k. Nice, man. Honestly, it felt good hitting that. And the thing is, my Lilia isn't hitting that hard. If you're wondering why, I don't have an Awakened on the Valen. And my artifact is only level 3 with the Phoenix Eye. It's not level 5. And even if I went for the Infernal Flame, I'm only level 1, right? So unfortunately, they're not obviously maxed out. But this match is doing work. Sin Zay, absolute monster. So that's why I'm thinking you can run Mag Hosk there with Sinze, and then you could do anything with the Nico. You could run Kanara Nico. You could even run Kanara Freyga with a Nico Madeline like I'm doing. Or, you know, you could even run Nico Gwanwyn. A lot of people like that if you're running like more than 4 archers, right? It's a really good kind of alternative. So I kind of wanted to put that out there. Like, look, Sin Zay is absolutely crazy right now for me, and I'm going to showcase a couple of more gameplays here. This one is going to be more later in to the war, right? This is, again, you can see 18:55 now, coming up to 7 p.m. and we're just kind of fighting in the open field. It's the same zones that you've been seeing. All this recording is just after GG has pushed down the ramp, so you can see all of our defensive zone there. And we're rocking here Sin Zay, boys. Sin Zay, and then we've got Mag Hosk. Literally, that's all we're doing, I think. And it just does so good work. It does. The only thing you need to be paying attention to, especially if you're an archer player, you need to pay attention to your positioning. Like, movement is key. So one thing I need to do, and I will admit, I need to change a couple of my talent trees because I do feel a little bit slow, if that makes sense. I think without the last season's policies, which does give you march speed and stuff, you feel it. You really do feel it, especially when you're lagging as well and your troops are keep pulling forward and you're trying to click away and they're not moving. Like, this is why you need some movement speed. So definitely need to do that, because you can see my Saint got absolutely melted. And I were trying here, as you can see, Magrat Kanara to see if this was any good. It wasn't. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But the Sin Z, guys, look, it got absolutely melted. You saw how quick I got melted, and yet at 50% HP, look at it, man. It's just going for the kill. Like, it just goes for the kill, and it is so crazy good. So I would highly recommend checking that out, right? And what we're going to do now is basically showcase the current situation, what's been going on, how things have developed, because you can kind of guess where this has all been. And I will obviously give you guys an overall summary to the war. And obviously I'm going to try and live stream, hopefully maybe today, who knows. So with that, let's move on. Boom. Current timeline. So now you can see I kind of slept, obviously woken up, and we are in the main war zone. I am in the main war zone as we are recording and doing the video, kind of showcasing what has occurred. So basically everything you've been watching, guys, everything you've been watching occurred in this ramp, right? So all of those guys you saw, GG was placed up on this ramp, kind of showcasing that in the intro sections, right? And then they would fight along here, as you can see, kind of moving across, right? Would move across, and then eventually this was the main war zone, but we don't have any flags there. We did do some smart flag building, as you can see. Really good shout out to the P2W crew. But here you've got them, right? You've got right now, as you see, the guys are pushing out. It's kind of crazy what's going on here on this south side, right? The south side, they are trying to push through. They're trying to do some work down here compared to, you know, up on the north side where I'm at. It's pretty quiet right now. It's pretty quiet. So that is the current situation in the, you know, zone. We've got KoNG's fortress up here too. They've built all the way across, and we're basically defending our Thunder Rock from them at the moment. And then obviously they've already got access to their Thunder Rock. If you are wondering what's going on the Echo and EIS area, I will tell you right now, I haven't recorded anything on it. However, EIS, holy shit. EIS and BXS, guys, have put in work. They have put in work. It has been a long ass fight between both of these alliances, and you can see where it is right now. Echo holding their, you know, bastions here with the keep from RK, but we've got BXS doing their own bastions, guys, and this is where things are going to get interesting. This is going to be something I might obviously live stream, because this fight isn't stopping anytime soon. So that is our Zone 2 war so far here with me, MrSneakyy. It's been a pleasure. I know it's been a while since I've done Call of Dragon content, but to be honest, guys, without war, there's no content, right? We can all agree on that. This is the best part of the game. This is the one thing I enjoy doing the most. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Hope you have. So, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Support your boy. And until my next video, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.